What's up, Froxers? Welcome back to the channel. So, I was just scrolling through the WWE network, right? And trying to find some old Attitude Era stuff, the good crap. And I stumbled into this. This black hole of terrible ideas, this vortex of nonsense that made me physically cringe. And I gotta ask the question to one man who's probably not listening, Vince McMahon. Bro, what the actual F were you thinking? I mean, for real, we sit here week after week after week, and we complain about the booking now. We are like, oh, this storyline makes no sense. Or why did they have him losing like that? But guys, we have it so good now. I'm not even joking. We have not seen a level of gimmick-based psychological warfare on the audience since Vince was in full creative control. So in this video, we are not talking about gimmicks so bad they made you want to change the channel. Gimmicks so pathetic the wrestlers themselves probably cry in the shower after Raw. Gimmicks so unbelievable, mind-numbing, stupid that I'm convinced Vince was just messing with us. Like it was the one big social experiment to see how much garbage we would actually sit through. It's not just bad booking, it's an assault on our intelligence. It's trash storylines, nonsense characters, matches that have no reason to exist other than to fill 3 hours of television. It's an insult, to be honest. And I'm sick of pretending like some of this stuff was so bad it's good. No, it was just bad. It was the worst, and that's what we are diving into today. We are opening the forbidden door, the door to the basement of WWE Creative, where they keep all the ideas that should have been buried. We are ranting on the absolute bottom of the barrel, most pathetic, how did this get approved gimmicks in WWE history. This is not just a list, this is a therapy, this is me. And hopefully, you're screaming into the void about the time a legit Olympian was turned into a high school stereotype, about the time a perfectly good lunatic was given a cape, and about, oh god, the time we were supposed to believe a man with a beard with his own younger, beardless brother. You know what I'm saying, guys? Alright, Froxers, so rant mode activated. Let's start with a gimmick that still, to this day, makes zero sense. Alright, let's get into it. First up, oh man, this one hurts. This one physically hurts me. Shorty G. Froxers, can we take a moment of silence for what they did to Chad Cable, a man who is, let's be clear about this, one of the most talented wrestlers on the entire planet. I'm not just exaggerating. This man is an amazing athlete. He's got the physique, he's got the technical skills, and he's quick on the mic, and some genius in the back, probably Vince himself, looked at his Olympic level wrestling and said, you know what this guy needs? A gimmick where his entire personality is that he's short.
I quit being Shorty G. Accept this Shorty G crap.
Oh, are you kidding me? Like, why? I mean, come on, man. That's not a gimmick. That's a Tuesday in the middle school. What the hell was the thought process? Hey, Chad, we know you can do a million German suplexes and moonsaults, but the people, they need to know you are a little guy. So we're gonna call you Shorty G. You're gonna wear a headband, a Letterman jacket, like you are a quarterback who just never hit his growth spurt. It's gonna be great. Oh, give me a break. No, that's not great. That was pathetic. That was trash. No, Vince, it wasn't great. It was bullshit. Let's break down this tragedy. So he debuted this thing in 2019. He had just come out being part of Alpha Academy, which was at least a semi-serious thing. And then bam! Shorty G is born, and what did he do? He had the matches where commentary would not shut up about his height. Like, look at the heart of Shorty G. He's overcoming the odds. The odds of what? Being 5'8"? Dude, Danny DeVito is 5'10" and he's a bigger star than this gimmick ever was. He was basically a walking, talking Napoleon complex. He'd get into the ring with these giant dudes, and the entire story was small man try hard. That's it. There was no depth, no character arc. It was just, hey audience, remember he's short? We remember he's short. And the worst part, Chad Cable is so damn good that he's almost made it work. He was out there having banger matches, trying his absolute best to inject some dignity into the pathetic premises, but you can't polish a turd, man. You just can't. The gimmick was dead on arrival. It was an insult to his talent. It was an insult to our intelligence. And it was the most transparently stupid attempts at creating an underdog character I've ever seen. And you know what, guys? It was garbage, like pure, unfiltered garbage. And the fact that this lasted as long as it is a testament to how out of touch the creative team was. They took a main event level talent and reduced him to a joke. It's pathetic, man. It's pathetic. And Froxers, you know, just talking about this gets my blood pressure up. We went from Swoosh and Alpha Academy, which is at least funny, and his character, to this. It's a crime, an actual crime. And Chad, if you're watching this video, bro, we see you and we know how good you are and we are glad you survived. But my god, what a waste of time. Alright, Froxers, I need to calm down before I put my fist through a wall. Let's move on to our next victim of Vince McMahon's imagination. This one involves a cape. So next up we have Nikki ASH, which stood for almost a superhero. Like a superhero, yeah. I'm not just kidding. She was actually a superhero at that time. Let that sink in for a second. Almost a superhero, not a superhero, almost one. The gimmick was built in failure and it's like calling a burger almost edible. You are not selling me on it. What is this, man? I've never seen this type of shit in my life. Like, you know what, Froxers? I actually like Nikki Cross. I really do. You know what? When she first debuted on the main roster, she was unhinged, chaotic, backstage attacking lunatic. She had this wild energy, kind of feel like a female Dean Ambrose. You know what I'm saying, guys? And it was so cool. It was different, and she was just unpredictable. But then, someone in the writer's room, probably after watching The Incredibles for 100th time, had a brilliant idea. Like, what if she found a cape and then she became a superhero? You know, Froxers, I have no words. Well, I have a lot of words. Most of them are not nice. So Nikki Cross with this Nikki ASH character gimmick, she debuted this character in 2021. She literally just showed up one day in a mask and a blue and a yellow cape, talking about believing in herself, and it was just sitting there like, wait, is it the same person? Like, what happened to the crazy girl who used to hang out with Alexa Bliss in the funhouse? Did she get hit on her head? Like, what is this, man? What the heck happened with her, man? And the worst part, it kind of worked. For like, what, 5 minutes? She actually won the Money in the Bank briefcase and cashed in to become the Raw Women's Champion. And for a split second, I thought, okay, maybe this is so stupid. It's genius. Nope. It was just stupid. The entire gimmick was so cringe. The way she'd point to the sky and yell, I believe! The cheap looking costume that looked like it came from a Party City discount bin. And you know what, guys? The fact that her superpower was just being positive. I mean, what was her finisher? The power of friendship? Oh wait, it was just a neck breaker. Very heroic. It was a trash gimmick and a trash decision. You had a perfectly good, unique character in Nikki Cross, and you turned her into a lower-rent knockoff of a superhero. You stripped away everything that made her interesting and gave her a personality of a happy and hopeful. In a division that had Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, you had Nikki ASH trying to fight evil or whatever. You know, Froxers, it just made no sense. And you just know, Vince saw this pitch and was like, a superhero? Wow! Kids love superheroes. Green light, make the cape shiny. It's so out of touch. It's almost impressive. And you know what is a heroic act, Froxers? Subscribing to this channel. It's a heroic act of supporting a guy who's clearly traumatized by WWE's past decisions. Be a hero with me. Be a hero. Hit subscribe, and I believe you'll hit that subscribe button. See, it's cringe, isn't it? Alright, so let's get back to it. Alright, Froxers, take a deep breath with me because we have arrived. The pinnacle of nonsense, the Mount Everest of what the F. The single dumbest, most insulting, most, mind-bogglingly stupid gimmick in the modern era of WWE. He's none other than Ezekiel or whatever this shit was. I just can't pronounce it correctly. But anyway, you know what, guys? I'm not joking. This is the one. This is the gimmick that made me question if I was being pranked, if I was on a hidden camera show. And for those of you who've blissfully forgotten or somehow missed this cultural reset that reset nothing, let me set the scene. Elias, the guy who walked to the ring with a guitar and bored us for years, and with his song he got fired or whatever, and then a few weeks later the guy shows up clean shaven, wearing a sweater vest, looking like a youth pastor, and he says he's Elias' younger brother, Ezekiel. And we were supposed to believe it. Like, I'm that serious, Froxers. The entire gimmick was that this was a completely different person. Kevin Owens, God bless his soul. He was the only sane man on the entire roster, losing his mind every week, screaming, "You are Elias. You have a beard, and you are the same person." And the Ezekiel would just be like, "No, I'm his younger brother, Ezekiel." What kind of gaslighting, patronizing nonsense was this? Like, it was a storyline where he was pretending to be his brother for some clever reason. No, the company was generally asking us, the audience, to play along with this idea that if this was a different human being, a man who looked exactly like Elias, sounded exactly like Elias, but he had no beard, and he was there for a totally new character. This is the worst gimmick I've ever seen in my entire life. It's worse than the Gobbledygooker. It was worse than Mentor. At least those were clearly characters. This was an attempt to create a reality era storyline that was dumber than anything TNA ever produced. What did Ezekiel accomplish? He had a boring match with a slightly less boring look than Elias. He smiled a lot. He denied being Elias. That was his whole character for months. It was just a 10-minute comedy sketch. It was stretched out into a half-a-year storyline. It was an absolute waste of television time. It was trash. It was bullshit. It was the most pathetic attempt at creating sports entertainment I've ever witnessed. And how did it end? With Ezekiel getting injured and disappearing, presumably to grow his beard back to become Elias again, and it was the most predictable, lamest, most nothing conclusion to the most nothing gimmick of all time. Damn! Just damn! Alright, Froxers, so that's all I've got for this video. My voice is gone and my soul is a little scared, but my mission is complete. We have officially roasted some of the worst ideas to ever grace on our television screens. Thank you so much, guys, for watching this video, for ranting with me, for being the best part of this. I'm Frox, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Till next time, stay awesome, have a good day, bye!